Okay, I think you can see only these people. It means 24 students has written the website names. Is there a problem that you cannot make it, or you didn't write it here yet? I don't know, but you should write. If you need help, I can help you at the moment. And if it is a problem, I don't know, because I prepared the form. If it's a problem to fill the form, you can use directly Skopje to write me the website name, and we can.
İyi bayramlar.
İyi bayramlar. Okay. And coming. Okay. Let's see. Today we are going to make a new project, but as I told you, you have to register to a free hosting. This year we decided to use Award Space, and with the free web pages they are offering with this at webpages.com and with your name, you can use that one. But I see only 24 of you have finished this. If there's a problem, please write to me. But you have to have one of this from our space or 00 web host, any of them, you have to have this if you are looking for a mark. And you can directly write your website name from the Schoology. There is a place I have written the website address. This part you can write it. This is a discussion port. You can write yours. And if there's a problem, one more time I am asking, if there's a problem, you can ask it now so we can manage it. And I've seen that there are some websites. If you see, let's click this one, Daniela's, I don't know. Look, it's very beautiful. And the others are, this is also beautiful, but one more thing we need here to put a picture, for example, Arife's page. I'm checking it like this, and I'm going to check it like this. And Besim, let's click. For example, this is Besim's, and we need to have pages, but there will be an order. I'm going to tell you now. The main one, the index page, it should be like this. Inside the main part, he forgot to write, for example, he forgot to write the index file, or he forgot to manage the index file. So we see this one at the main file. And after that, for example, there will be a web one, like I told you, today we are going to make it. This should, look, this is correct. This will include one page, but this was actually page 2. And anyway, I can accept, but today's project is web 1, and we are going to make this one. I will show you from the Schoology HTML3. It will be a simple website structure, this one, and it will include these 4 files: about, index, photos, and works. And this is the index files sample I have written here. If you want, you can prepare your own. And let's
Hello,
go.
teacher.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. What about you?
Great, teacher. Quarantine stuff.
Okay. And I think you can see the screen. And now let's go back one. This is my main structure of web page. The index file we see here, it has the beginning. Okay, and we used a simple hyperlink to another page. For example, this is another page we said. These are the basics, but also you can improve it. You can improve it by changing its background colors and putting here a picture, or the content will be different to yours. But the projects we are going to navigate through here. For example, there will be a project, today's project we are going to make. We will edit here, okay, like web1, and there will be a hyperlink. It's going to open this one's content, for example, this one. It's going to appear. And what else? Let's continue managing that one. Peter Mitkov, welcome. Right. Okay, now this is the web one, and I said we are going to take the file content from this one, and inside web1 folder, if you managed yours before web1, like testing, please change the folder name so I can easily check what's our folder structure is. Okay, now you can create a new file. I can delete this one. And if there is no index file in a folder, look, this is the one inside my web page, my directory, and there is a folder I create here, web1, and it's empty. Here now I'm going to reload this one. Because there is no index file, I see this one. There is a mistake here on my page, so I can go back and I can go back one more time. It doesn't go. We will make it. We need to create here an index file, but also the project contains 4 files. There will be linked to each other. Okay, so I can create the files now here. Create and index HTML. I have to make it file name. It's not a folder, index HTML. Okay, great. Now we have a file named like this. Before creating other files, I can copy paste the content from the Skopje file. I already posted here. You can copy paste. You can copy paste this one. On this one, this is not a new file, so doc type is forgotten here. We can edit it. Okay, and I'm going to paste the content here. We can save this one, and let's take the doc type file, doc type HTML, and go there, web1. Okay, and I'm going to add this one to the top of the file, save it. Previously, because of deleting the index file, we got an error. It shows the hour space pages passed. And now I will click. Look, this is a website and it has a table view, and we are going to make this hyperlinks. Okay, we are going to create hyperlinks to this one. Let's make it like this. let's assume that we already create the other files, or without creating them, you can make it like this. Copy to at the same place. Let's select this inside web 1. Let's write the name. You can make it like this, about HTML. This is a copy option. Or we can make it like this. I can just delete this one. We can create directly from here as a new file, and it will be about HTML. Create, and another one, create photos. The name of the file is photos HTML. And if you type from the chat part here, or hi, hello, whatever you want, don't write bad words. It's easy for us to get that attendance. Photos. And one more file we need is works according to the project. Great. Okay, I have files. Only index file has a content. The other's content is 0. Let's see the content of this one. I told you now we have this one, and it looks like this one. Okay, the web page content is only the titles. We can assume that these are titles, the main menu we are going to make. We can put this at the center, and the other pages will be same. The position of the text will be same, but we are going to put hyperlinks to all these files. So there will be a linking to each other. How do we make it? We are going to get select this one and copy all files, all text. But if I make it like this at the beginning, I will copy and paste it without the hyperlinks. So let's prepare the hyperlinks also. How do we give the hyperlink? Do you remember? With the A tag. Okay. A hyperlink reference is equal to, name of the file is index.html. Okay, and I can close this here, and I can close this one. By the way, I'm going to explain the table to you. I forgot to explain that one. Okay, now I will refresh my other file. I already saved this. Refresh, and there will be a hyperlink at the home button. You can click, it's going to open the same. Why I'm making this at the moment? Trimambari, why Trim is coming to here? Okay. Let's go back. Trim, you are in wrong class, if you can hear me. I add this. Alaikum salam, but you are in wrong class. Tomorrow we have lesson. Trim. I have lesson with third grades.
Okay.
Hi, dear. See you. Okay, now I'm going to prepare the others, but also, by the way, I will explain you how to use the tables, if you can see it better now. Tables, we are starting with table, and these are the styles, align to left, right, and others. You can get help for detailed help if you want, directly from the W3 schools or some you can search on Google HTML tables, and you will be directed to somewhere like this. The main thing is about tables. Okay, let's see here. This is the table, and the table style is aligned. The width is, for example, if you resize the window, it will be resized. The table will be resized automatically. That means this one, the changing the width is 100%. And what about this term means? It is the table row, like the, can we see it here? Just a minute. Okay, like this. These are the, for each of them with table row part. Okay, this is a table, and you will see this now. It is table header, this one. First, we are announcing that we are going to create a table. If you don't mention the style, it's going to work also. Table, and it's closed with another table with slash table. It finished that one. And table row, at least one row we have to have like this to put the columns also. Instead of columns, they decided to write table data, but table header is also given here as the this one. Okay, they are coming bold. And instead of this one, table header, you can use also table data, but they will not be a strong text. They will not be bold text and appearing here as the table title. And after you finish, for example, how many table headers? There are 3 of them, and there are 3 table headers here as the titles. And the next one is, again, the table row is closed there. That is the end of the column also. Starting with another table row, and it will be table data or column, you can assume that. It's given Jill here. When we test it, you can see here. Okay, and I will close this one. And the others are again starting and closing, but in our project we use only one row and without table header. We use them as they are table data. Okay, now I can close this one, and let's change the border to 0. Save it and reload the other file. Okay, as you see, when I change the border to 0, I cannot see the borders. And if I make it 2, it was previously given as 1. Now I made it 2. Let's refresh the page one more time, reload it. As you see, there is a thick border around the table data. Okay, and let's see this. This is not HTML5 table, but it's compatible. Let's save it, refresh. As you can see, we aligned the text at the center of the table. And when I resize this one, just a minute, let's make it smaller. When I make it smaller, the table is also getting smaller. You can see. There are some other comments for detailed ones. You can manage it. You can arrange. It's not to be resized. There are some constant values that you can use, but we are not going to make it and not to mix with a lot of HTML codes. I don't want to continue on that. Okay, now I can put this here again. And this is the one that I prepared at the moment. And also I have given you this one as a text file. You can use it. Only thing you have to do is you are going to create files, and you need to add here the hyperlink references, and we are making it with a hyperlink reference and equal to. The index file is the home file, so you have to prepare it like this: index.html, and close this one, close this, and to finish the hyperlink at the end of the home, you have to use a /a, and it will be like this. So we have to continue this one for the other pages, for the works HTML, for photos HTML, and about HTML. We have to put it, and let's make it now. If you don't want to type, you can use copy and the paste option, but this is not the link for the index page. What is this for? This is for works. Remember your file name, works, and you have to close it here with a /a and close it. And also we can put here the one for the photos, and don't forget, if you are typing the hyperlinks in capital letter or small case, it's important because most of the servers in web world, they are Linux based or Unix based, so it cannot find because it is case sensitive. The code is not case sensitive. You can make it, but in the link part, in the hyperlink part, if you are using another one, the server is based on Linux operating systems, so they cannot find if you type this one with capital P. And let's save it like this. We forgot one more. We will just test it. I'm going to refresh my file. Refresh it, and you see there are links, but when I click, it goes to photos HTML file because we didn't prepare the content yet. We see only a blank page, but there is a page. If there is no page, let's go back and write like this just to test if it is working or not. I will refresh this one, and when I click this one, look, there is no capital P photos link, so it gives an error. So I cannot find this one. The server cannot find this. So you have to be careful about the file names. If you create it as capital P, you have to type the link with capital P. If it is small case, you have to put them in small case. So what's next? I have to create hyperlink for the about file, and I have to change this one to about. Remember that we create these files before. I'm going to show one more time the ones who came late. You can see them. Okay, sorry. /a and close this one. Now I'm going to save, and we are going to save the content of this part, and we are going to change the other files. Already we prepared this one, F5. Now about file also linked to here, and we can click on that one. So let's start making the other files, but I want to change the borders to 1 or 0. If you don't want, you can, if you don't want to see the borders, but they stay like that, let's make it. It looks better now without any border. It opens, so it works. And we are going to put all these hyperlinks to all files we already created. Let's go back. And as you can see, we have these files about, index, photos, and works. Remember that if there is a directory, okay, when you're creating a directory, it's a folder in Windows terminology. Directory was used previous years before Windows. It was used. And it's a general term. When you hear a directory, it means it is a folder, just to understand better. Okay, we have these 4 files, but their content is empty at the moment. As you can see, it's empty. So what I'm going to do is, we already prepared the index file. I will double click to open this one. I will copy the content from here and go back. I will pass it to about file. And instead of this part, not to see as the same page as it is, we can right here in the body part. Okay, let's write my photos. My photos. Caps lock. Photos. And we can type it like this. Never mind, you can change the content. And if you want, oh, we have 10 minutes left. I have to be in a hurry. Let's continue. Please don't write who is making that. Please don't make it. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to change the content of this one, save the file. Now let's check the about file. When you click this one, you will see about me file link works, and you see here my photos appears here. You can put the photos. You know how to put the photos, or if we have time, we are going to put some photos. And let's click on the home button. It's going to come to the main file, and let's finish copy paste of this one. Go back, photos. Did I make a mistake? Yes, I made a mistake about the content. We will fix it. This is the photos file. My photos is here, and we need to change the about me's main text, main title. We can change it. Save, and I will go back to works. Okay, and I'm going to change this one. That's right. You can see some more from my works. Let's write like this. Okay, and I will save this one. I said I have to. I have to edit the.
Çok yaşa.
Teşekkür ederim.
Bless you, teacher.
Thank you very much. Okay, it's allergic season, you know that. And it started earlier. Okay, now I have to change this on my photos part because I made a mistake. Let's write here. You can find info about me, so we can understand that this is the about file. The others are different one, about me. And for each file, have they have hyperlinks to each other. This is the index file when I clicked here, and this is the works file. You can see the file is now different, and you can see the works file is opened, and you can click here, photos. There is a mistake in photos, I think. Let's fix this one. Maybe I forgot to save it. And let's save this one. Let's go back for the photos. Yeah, we forgot to save the file. Okay, now when I refresh it, I will see my photos here, and that's it. This is about me file, and this is the home button. And what you are going to do is put content into this one. Let's add some photos to here in the photos one. But let's import a picture. We have Einstein already here. And this file I can make a copy of this, right click, and you can select copy. And destination will be this one. Also, it changes, there's a possibility that you can change the name of the file while you are copying. Feather JPG. Okay. Now let's check. I have a picture here, so I can use it in my photos one. I can put it under the tables. Okay, inside here in the body part, out of the table. This is the table one. So I have to put my picture here. So I can write it here, image source. And what is my file name? File name is feather.jpg. Close that one, and it's enough. I will not lose time with the width and the height of the file, and I will click this one. It's going to show the picture, but it's a huge picture, so we can make it. Maybe it will be a good idea if we change the height and the width equal, inside double quotes, 200. I'm going to make, and height equal, height equal 200. Let's make it like this, save. And when I refresh it, it will be a small file. So if you want to give a break, you can add here some breaks before that one with the blur. And if you want more, you can add another one. So it will be like this, and it looks like 200 is very small for that picture. You can make it 300 and 300 here. So if you give a brief information one more time, you can see the picture is here. This is my photos section, and there are some works part. You can just write here some text, and if you want to change the background, you know how to change the background. We can directly take it, or you can directly write it. For example, inside the body section. And please, if you didn't write that you were here in the chat part before losing the connection, please write it, so I can easily write there that you were here. And let's put it into the photos one. And instead of this body part, I already copied body with the background. And if you don't want light blue, you can make it light yellow. Save it. And this is the photos file. So we can see the photos file with light yellow and there's a picture. If you want to use the same coloring, you can just copy paste this part one level up. You can go to the about file. So all of the file content will be same. Instead of this body, you are going to write it here. Save it and one up. About photos we already did. Works. Let's put this one. Save it. Control S is here saving. And index file, let's put this. You can make it more beautiful, I'm sure. Let's refresh this one. Click the home button. Okay, all the background is light yellow and there's a photo here. You can add some text here, or there is a text version, lorem ipsum, Latin text. You can find it on internet. It's going to stop in a minute, or less than in a minute. So I want you to create your websites. If you couldn't fill the form, please put it in Schoology so I can take it and create your new project with the given content. Thank you very much. And I can say goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.
If it's going to stop.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
teacher.
Thank you.
Have a
Goodbye.
nice day.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye, everybody. I'm waiting for the execution time.